Hey guys, so how's it going? Well, today I want to quickly talk about this ledger scam that's spreading like wildfire. Now, before I get into the warning about the ledger scam, I first want to say that for you guys who haven't yet purchased a ledger, please, if you're thinking about purchasing a ledger, buy it directly from the website, from www.ledger.com. Never purchase a ledger from a third party. So think of it this way. The only way that you can get access to a ledger is directly from the website. Nothing else and nowhere else, no other option is safe. So as long as you guys get that, we can move forward. Now, just yesterday, one of my subscribers sent me an email, and in the email, he showed me a picture of a letter. I'll put it here on the screen. And he said that he knew that it was a scam. And also myself, I also knew that it was a scam from the moment that I saw it. But a lot of people aren't aware of the tactics of these modern day scammers. Now, how did I know that it was a scam immediately when I saw it? I'm going to tell you guys so that you may know, so that you may also remember for the future. Now, listen, Ledger will never contact you concerning anything via phone or email. They will not contact you personally. Never, under any circumstances. Ledger will not contact you via email, over the phone, never on a personal level. If there's a case where something happens to their hardware, you will hear it on the news or on the internet somewhere, but they will never contact you personally and directly. Never, ever, under no circumstances. That's how you know that it's a scam from the very beginning. So you guys, please remember that. Just the other day, they attempted to scam my neighbor, and this was not affiliated to Ledger. It was a different type of scam. But I knew also immediately once my neighbor, and they were elderly, so these guys are targeting specifically the elderly, weren't that tech savvy or in the know whenever it comes to these new companies. They don't really know. So my neighbor was explaining to me what this caller was trying to get her to give out this sensitive information, banking details. Listen, guys, just like Ledger, whenever it comes to your banking details, these sensitive information, it's best for you to go down to the bank. If ever you receive a call and they're asking for sensitive information, that's a red flag right there. And if you yourself is not sure, you go to the bank. Don't ever disclose any type of information whatsoever to these guys, because that's a red flag right there. The banks, not only just Ledger, the banks as well, will never contact you and ask you for sensitive information over the phone. Your private passwords or anything of the sort. You practice from now on. If ever you're to hear a call and you're not sure whether or not it's coming from the bank, how legitimate this call is, you carry yourself all the way down to the bank just to validate what you've heard. Okay, so practice doing that. Never believe or accept anything that anyone tells you over the phone. You go down to the bank and you validate it. And as far as Ledger, they will never contact you. So now that you guys understand that, we can move forward. Now, so this Ledger scam is prevalent, guys. It has caught a lot of people, and these guys are still fishing for victims currently. So this brother had sent me this letter that he just received, this letter, and he told me that I should go ahead and make a video about it so that people may be aware. And I'm very glad that he sent it, because God forbid, my goodness, it's very terrible when you're a victim of one of these scams, because your hard-earned money can just get wiped away in seconds. Now, I'm going to share a very short clip here of, I think it was a guy. I don't remember exactly where he was, but he's somewhere there in the United States. And this same scam, this Ledger phishing scam, he fell for it, guys, and he lost over $1 million. he must be feeling very, terrible. It's a very terrible feeling, guys. You see, so please don't fall for it. So don't fall for these thieves, these demonic people. And it's only going to increase as the days go by. You see, in the coming weeks, in the coming years, they're going to improve on their tactics. So you might want to be aware and adjust accordingly. So here it goes, guys. Please check out this short clip of this guy who lost over $1 million so that you may gain wisdom.
Man lost more than $1 million in cryptocurrency after falling for a scam.
Every dime that I put into that, I worked for.
By sharing his story, he hopes he can prevent the same thing from happening to others.
He sat down with our consumer investigator Caroline Higgs to discuss how he was targeted.
Gene Duckett wishes he never picked up the phone when it rang one Friday night in March.
The guy on the other end says, "Is this Harold?" "I'm Harold Eugene." I said, "Yeah, who's calling?" He said, "My name is Benjamin. I'm from Ledger. Your funds are in danger of being stolen."
Ledger is a company that makes hardware wallets for cryptocurrency storage. A secret recovery phrase known as a seed phrase must be typed in to access the funds. He says the person on the phone directed him to a website where he could secure his funds.
They said they needed to give me a security code so that I would know what, when someone called back, that it was a correct person.
He says when he got a call from a second person who knew the code, he felt comfortable typing his seed phrase into the website. That's when he said he got a call from a third person.
He says, "Oh, something went wrong." So as soon as he said that, I looked on the XRP ledger and I had saved my wallet address in there, and all of the funds that were in my wallet were gone.
That's when the person on the line hung up. Duckett says he immediately realized his funds had been stolen.
It was $1,038,000.
It's a lot of money.
That's how much it was worth. It is a lot of money.
How did that feel?
Well, I'm re-experiencing the feelings from that night. My wife was sitting here, and our dog Buddy was in the crate, and he jumped up on the sofa, and Sharon said, "Buddy is shaking." He could feel despair, I guess.
Despair, later turning into embarrassment.
I've really beaten myself up quite a bit about this.
Duckett is hardly alone. In 2024, the FBI Internet Complaint Center received almost 150,000 complaints about cryptocurrency fraud, totaling $9.3 billion in losses.
So this is a real global emergency.
Ethan Raviv is the CEO of cybersecurity firm Lionsgate Network.
Lionsgate Network, it's all about trust.
He works with victims of crypto fraud and helps connect them to law enforcement who can try to recover the funds.
We provide to our clients and to law enforcement the necessary tracing, the footprints of the current dollars. This gives the law enforcement the option to issue a subpoena or a warrant.
He's currently working on Duckett's case and says he's hopeful to help get his savings returned to him.
What are your thoughts that there are people out there that do this to people?
Do they have a soul? Every dime that I put into that, I worked for. I traded my time, my sweat, and my effort.
Raviv says Ledger has been the victim of data breaches, which is likely how Duckett was targeted. I contacted Ledger for comment. A spokesperson said Ledger consistently reminds users that we will never, under any circumstances, ask for their 24 words. We encourage users to exercise vigilance, and we will never contact them by phone. Experts say you should verify the website you're using to buy crypto is legitimate and not a fake site. It should start with HTTPS, the S stands for secure. Be wary of phone calls from numbers you don't know, even if they know your name or other information about you, and never share or enter your recovery phrase anywhere other than your device during setup or restoration. If you believe you've been scammed, you can report it to ic3.gov.
So there you have it, guys. Please, I beg you, do not be a victim of this scam. And now, if you notice also on the letter, they stated that they're making a new security feature, which is called a transaction check, which is a bunch of nonsense. You know, they're always trying to use these elaborate terminologies, which people will never understand. And the most important part is the QR code scan that's at the bottom. They're asking you to scan the QR code. Now, you listen to me, listen to this warning. Never use your phone, especially the ones that you have your crypto on and you use to gain access to your exchanges. Never ever use that phone to scan any QR code. None, no QR codes. Be very wary of QR codes, guys. Whenever it comes to the device that you use to gain access to your exchanges or whatever wallets that holds your cryptocurrency, forget QR codes. QR codes are bad news whenever it comes to that. But it will greatly compromise the security of your device. So on the letter as well, they're asking you to scan that QR code. And if you were to do that, your device would become compromised immediately. If you have to scan QR codes, use some other device, which you don't have any cryptocurrency stored on it or you don't use to gain access to your cryptos. So always remember that as well. It's time for us to be very vigilant and to adapt according to these thieves and be 1, 2, and even 3 steps ahead of them. So that is the warning in this video, guys. I just made it because I wanted you guys to be aware, and I don't want you to end up like a lot of these people who have been scammed out of millions of dollars, because that wouldn't make any sense for you to go through all of that to gather all of this money only to lose it to some crook, to some thief. Now, you guys take very good care of yourselves. That's all I wanted to share. Shalom, peace, until next time.